Good day, I'm Andrea Chizom and this is your JIS News for Wednesday, October 21. The Development Bank of Jamaica (DBJ) has begun evaluating bids from two entities that have expressed an interest in acquiring Caymanas Track Limited (CTL). The bids were received from Caymanas Racing and Entertainment Limited and Supreme Ventures Limited. The DBJ should select the preferred bidder by next month and will advise the Finance Ministry and Cabinet of its decision. Caymanas Track Limited is Jamaica's sole horse racing promotions company located at the Caymanas Park Track in St. Catherine. The deadline for submitting proposals for its divestment was September 18. The Office of Utilities Regulation (OUR) Act has been amended to enhance transparency and investor confidence within the electricity sector. The act was passed in the House of Representatives on October 13 and will be sent to the Senate for its approval. Energy Minister Philip Paulwell piloted the bill and said the changes would address the mechanism being used to set tariffs for the electricity sector.
The OUR Amendment Bill will seek to address these matters by requiring the Office of Utilities Regulation to be guided by not only the amended Office of Utilities Regulation Act, but also the new Electricity Act, the amended and restated All Island Electric License 2011, and certain principles when setting tariffs for the electricity sector.
The Ministry of Health is taking steps to expand the services offered at the Alexandria Community Hospital in St. Anne. A letter of intent was recently signed with two entities, the Patel Foundation and Mind, Body and Soul, a not-for-profit foundation. It paves the way for a memorandum of understanding to cover expansion of the hospital's maternity, pharmacy and dental services.
It is my view that when at least phase one, which would cover the pharmacy area and oral health area, that in itself will make a big impact.
Over time, laboratory and X-ray services will also be expanded and a private wing added.
Our hope is in less than 6 months we will be able to start seeing the first patient with a positive impact in that area.
Work is to continue among the partners to define the full scope of the project and cost, which will then be taken to Cabinet for approval. Government has allocated an initial sum of $5 million for cleanup and disposal of the sargassum seaweed that's currently affecting beaches and coastlines around Jamaica. The clumps of brownish seaweed are being seen as an invasion that has left a number of shorelines severely overrun, which is also negatively affecting the tourism sector. National Environment and Planning Agency Executive Anthony Mackenzie says the cleanup exercises will be a multi-agency effort.
We have had a cleanup activity over in St. Mary that some funds have been made available to support that cleanup activity. We had some accumulation in Negril. So there was a cleanup there, and it might be that we'd have to do some expenditure to assist in that cleanup effort.
Mr. Mackenzie was speaking at a JIS think tank on Tuesday. He said the sargassum seaweed had to be removed with care, so NEPA had prepared general guidelines to direct the process. This information is available on their website, nepa.gov.jm. 230 police constables have received diversity training to interact better with vulnerable and marginalized groups in the society. The two-day training sessions focused on the safety and security of women and girls, persons living with disabilities, marginalized youth, and members of the lesbian, gay, bisexual, or transgendered LGBT community. The objective was to increase awareness on the nuances of the diverse groups and the police's capacity to deal with them. Deputy Commissioner in charge of Operations Clifford Blake said the training session would improve the professionalism of the Jamaica Constabulary Force.
Make a difference in how you speak to persons. Make a difference if you see your colleagues doing something wrong, regardless of rank, regardless of service, just say to the person, I think you could have done this differently. And based on the training I have received, I think this is how you should do it.
The diversity training session for the police was conducted under Phase 2 of the Community Empowerment and Transformation COMET program. It's being carried out by the United States Agency for International Development in collaboration with the JCF. And finally, Youth and Culture Minister Lisa Hanna says government is committed to the process of reparation to address the ills of slavery. While addressing a recent conversation forum on the issue, she lauded the work of the Reparations Committee, whose report has been tabled in Parliament and received a successful bipartisan vote.
We are committed to making sure that children understand what the reparations movement is, and that as a country we understand that this is something and an idea whose time has come.
Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade State Minister Arnaldo Brown, meanwhile, says the reparations approach goes beyond a request for payment in monetary terms and is non-confrontational.
It involves an agreed process of reconciliation, including the need for an acknowledgement by those countries which were enriched by the profits of slavery, that a crime against humanity was committed, the need for a solemn apology, technology transfer, and debt cancellation. And we are very cognizant that this is not an event, that it is a process.
And that's it for JIS News today. I'm Andrea Chisholm. Thank you for watching.